Hi, Justin Moore, General Manager of George Moore Chevrolet, downtown at the Bower Lyman Center, and I'm here with Stephanie Carlin. Thank you for having us, Stephanie.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for coming.
So, what do you do here?
So I'm actually a complex care pediatrician here. And I take care of all the kiddos in the greater Jacksonville area that have special needs or medical complexity.
Okay. How did you end up in this field? Or how did this field find you?
That's a great question. So I started this a few years ago in Massachusetts, and I was, drawn to dealing with kids with medical complexity as a physician. It was just, there's a lot that goes on to taking care of these kiddos, and I got sucked right into it, and it was kind of like just meant for me. And then I came down here and started working with the Bower Lyman Center about 3 years ago, and it's just been a phenomenal experience.
Is it safe to assume that if you were in Massachusetts, you were in Boston?
No,
Okay.
I was in the Springfield area.
Because Boston's got a ton of children's hospitals, right?
Right, so we actually had a sister program in Boston, but we were actually in the western part of the state.
So how did you find Bower Lyman?
A job came up, and Dr. Goldhagen and I corresponded, and that's how I got here. I had always wanted to be a pediatrician, so for me it was just meant to be. So it wasn't far into that journey at all.
Now, at that time, in my mind, a pediatrician, you get your annual checkup, you go before school and get your shots and everything.
Yep.
When were you introduced to medically complex children?
So I've always taken care of medically complex children, but not like my full-time job. So it was about 6 years ago that a grant program came out that supported taking care of these kids where I was in Massachusetts, and I started that grant program with another physician, and it just took off from there.
How is Bower Lyman Center different from where you were in Massachusetts?
So in Massachusetts, we were a consultative program, so we weren't the primary care docs for these kiddos. Here at the Bower Lyman Center, we are the primary care docs, so they come here for all of their care. So we do their shots, their well visits, their sick visits. We coordinate all of their care with their specialists, so we're kind of like a one-stop shop for kids with medical complexity.
When you found Bower Lyman, or it found you, and you get the job offer, what did you think about Jacksonville, Florida at that time?
Oh my gosh. Well, I had lived in Florida previously, but in South Florida and Central Florida. So coming here, it was awesome.
How far are some of your patients traveling to come?
So that's a great question. Our kiddos come from, an hour to an hour and a half away. Some come from the Palm Coast. Some come from, Middleburg area, Yulee area. Some are very close to the Georgia-Florida line.
My wife used to teach at a Title I school, and I remember the emotional exhaustion of being in that environment every day.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
Yeah. It's exhausting, especially in our COVID pandemic, right? Because we're all just so stressed at baseline, and it's emotionally exhausting, but it's something, we are all so passionate about what we do here that we love what we do so much. We love becoming part of these families, and even through the hardships and their hospitalizations and surgeries, like we are just fueled by taking care of these kiddos and being part of their lives. So it's really, for us, it's just what we do, and it's just our passion inside of us. So, the ups and the downs come, and we roll with it like the families roll with it. But it's just something we do here, and we love doing it. We are a part of a lot of families in this area, and we're just building every day. So we have new referrals coming literally every day. The more people that can get in here, the better, and we're happy to help. We would want people to know that there is a place for kids with medical complexity. We are their medical village. We are their patient-centered medical home. And for families and kids that have special needs and medical complexity, it takes a lot to take care of them, and we have all those resources here at this clinic. So it's not only just the physician and providers that we have here, but it's social workers, it's nurse care coordinators, it's a whole team of people that wrap around these families and really get their care organized and up to the best it can be to give these kids the best quality of life they can have, and And our real goal is to keep them out of the hospital and healthy as possible.
What frequency does a patient visit?
So we do our well visits like every normal typical child in the community goes every year to see their pediatrician, but we actually see them a little bit more often because, again, going a whole year without knowing what's happened in between is a lot different with our kiddos.
Now that you know a little bit more about Bower Lyman Center and you feel like you'd like to contribute to help Dr. Carlin out here, donation link is in the comments below.